What's going on, you guys? Depdoc here. Welcome to a new series on the channel where it's going to be a guide to teach you guys how to use Sony Vegas. Now, I'm not going to try to say that I'm the best with Sony Vegas or I know everything about Sony Vegas. This is like a learning lesson for both of us. I learn stuff, you guys learn stuff, and I think that it's just a great series. These videos will be compacted with short, fast to know videos, and they're not going to cover so much in every episode, but it's going to cover one main topic, and every week we're going to do a series on this. This will be with Photoshop and Sony Vegas every single week. So you guys, if you guys are excited, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel so I know that you guys like this series. And yeah, let's hop right into this. So the first thing we're going to start off with is every setting that you need to have set up for when you're making a video, because number one of the worst things that everybody does when they make videos for the first time on YouTube is, I'm accounted for this, is that they either render it wrong, or it looks like crappy, or there's some problems with it. I recently saw this with my friends, and I kind of wanted to do some pointers, so if you're them, you know what I mean. So, number one thing we want to do. Alright, so you want to open it up, we want to look for a video we have. Alright, so basically I deleted a lot of my old videos. Let's just run this video. I don't know. Also, don't worry that I'm running 17 and not 18. I know I did a tutorial on how to get 18 for free, but there's reasons I use 17 over 18, and I just recently rehashed back to 17 because of errors that are happening in 18 for me. Shouldn't be for everybody, it's just some problems. Anyways, so number one things we want to look at, alright? So we look at this video, it's in 1920 by 1080, 60 FPS. Alright, so the video is 1080p, 60 FPS. That's the main thing we know, alright? So, with that in mind, we know that we want to render that video at that. Or, because if it is, let's just say if it says 1080p 30, it's not going to run well. It's basically going to cut a lot and just have a lot of problems. And these are the things that we want to actually exclude. So one of the things that I did back in the day when I first started my channel is that when I had videos that were on the PS4, when I started making videos, it usually records at 1080p 30. 1080p 30 up to 60 will make the video look very choppy. Always keep that in mind, that you always want to make the video at what it's saying that it is. So when you record it on OBS, on your PlayStation, on your Xbox, on anything you really do, or if it's a VOD from Twitch, downloading it, anything like that. So now that we have our video on the timeline, editing, we'll get into editing in a later video, but I just want to get into how to set up everything, because I don't want to overwhelm you guys with everything, because I feel like if we go over the basics slowly, we'll understand it together. So yeah, so we go to File, and this is one of the main things. So you want to know how to render, right? Basically, yeah. Alright, so when you render, you're gonna have all these choices. You're gonna be like, which one do I use? Basically, you really want to use this one because it's an MP4, and I preferably believe this is the correct one you want to use. Alright, so that's just my personal opinion. So basically I have this one file basically. So it is a 1080p 60 Hz. You can change these settings by clicking on just a random one of these. Most likely you want to go with this one. Also please make sure that you're using the NVIDIA NVENC or an AMD software for encoder for rendering your videos, because you do not want your CPU, which is what this is, to be rendering your videos. That could kill your CPU, and it could cause a lot of problems for everything inside your computer. So that's where most of that stuff comes from, problems. Another problem that you want to fix is definitely want that unclicked. You do not want render loop region only, because if it does that, it's only going to render this at a very, very small pace, and it's going to look very awful. So always make sure that this box is never checked. That's off topic though. Alright, so let's just say I want to make a new one. So I name it, why is caps lock on? Default. Can I not spell default? There we go. Default. Alright. So with it being named default, we can go with whatever size we want. So if the video is a 1440p video, if it's a 4K video, if it's a 1080p, 720, anything, we just want to click that. We want to make sure of this, alright? And with the frame rate, The two that you usually want to deal with is 29.20 270 970, which is for 30 FPS videos, or this, which is for 60 FPS videos. So that's what you really usually want. With bitrate, you for a maximum you want 40 million, and for an average is 20 million. It is the best sweet spot for your videos to make them look extra crisp for whatever you want. Encoder mode, this is what I'm talking about. They'll give you 3 different choices. I do not know what this is, but I do know that this is my CPU and this is my GPU. Always make sure you use your GPU. Now, for preset, I do not know why my preset is not set, but this is one of the most important things, alright? So, I'm just going to run down my specs, and I'm not trying to show off. Alright, so I have an i7 10750H. That is a 6-core 12-thread processor that can usually do a lot of editing, and I have a 2070 inside my computer. So with that in mind, I could probably do the highest quality videos I wanted because, well, it's kind of higher end specs. But let's just say, for example, for you guys, with a computer, for example, that's not like that high end, like lower i5, Intel, probably like 5th gen or something like that, or like a 900 series mobile processor. If you have like one of them, just for example, you usually don't want to run like super high stuff. You can experiment with stuff, but personally, no matter what I do, I always like to run in high performance mode. High performance mode what it does is that it basically just makes the videos render a lot faster, and just gets the video out the door real quick. Now, yeah, does this like short it off with a lot of quality? I guess, but it doesn't look any different. From like doing high performance to high quality, there is no difference. I have yet to see a difference, and I just prefer high performance because it just performs the video a lot quicker, faster, everything like that. So with that in mind, we keep that in settings. This is mostly my settings I use. If you guys want to use these settings, you can. It doesn't really matter about your specs of your computer. If you're running a 60 FPS video, and with all these, I would prefer these settings for you guys if you want to enjoy them. These are my settings for audio. I use this for settings. A lot of this is default, so yeah, because I like switching back from 18 to 17 for reasons because of this. Also, you can start your icon, and then after that, just hit render. But there's one more thing that I completely forgot to show you guys. All right, so hopefully you're still watching. So I'm gonna put this in this video because it deals with rendering and starting up with everything. So we want to go to preferences underneath options. Options is on the top. We'll get into more of these in later videos, but I want to start slower. All right, so preferences. One thing that we basically want to do is that we want to look for something called video. This is our main setting. So right here, this is how much RAM we have in our computer. I have 31 gigabytes of RAM. That is usable for everything. Mostly when you use everything on like inside Sony Vegas, you want to use maybe a third or half of your RAM, mattering how much you have. So for example, if you have 8 gigs of RAM, which is like the bare minimum for editing, if you have 4, do not edit, because honestly it's just gonna run bad, horribly. 8 gigabytes is even still like kind of low. So if you're running like a laptop, I really look into getting like another stick, or if on a computer, I look into getting another stick in general. Just better for you overall. But yeah, basically I have 32 gigs of RAM, and this thing never uses past like 5. But just in case if I ever work on like a huge project, 4K, 60 FPS, with a ton of edits, with a ton of everything, you want to make sure that you have a lot of RAM open. Basically, 1080p videos usually use around 3 to 4 gigs. So just to keep that in mind, you might only need like around like 4 or 5 open. Because if you don't, the video will sluggish and could actually cause Sony Vegas to crash. Anyway guys, I know this was like really little, and I know like a lot of this was basic stuff for like a beginning video. But honestly, like you never know, like honestly, you'd be surprised that a lot of people don't know much about Sony Vegas. Everybody just, when they go into Sony Vegas, usually all they know is cut. All they know is cut. That's all they know. All they know is how to cut. And then you get these, and then you get videos that look way too combined, or they just never know how to like edit video cuts out, don't know how to remove parts out of videos and stuff like that. And that's what these videos are for. I'm not trying to make fun of anybody, I'm just trying to like help you guys out with everything. So yeah guys, Later on in this series, we'll go over like some color grading inside Sony Vegas. We'll talk about plugins. We'll talk about transitions, video effects, everything. So stay subscribed for the future of the series. I really hope you guys like this idea because I've been actually having this idea for a while. If you guys like this video, then please leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more tutorials in Sony Vegas to come in the future. And yeah, guys, I'll see you guys in the next one. See you guys later.